we are moving as a collective from an old way of being into a new way of being. And because of this addiction to the pain, because of this attachment to the hurt, this lack of freedom inside of ourselves, we're terrified to be free inside of ourselves. People are terrified to really feel what they're feeling in the moment that they're feeling it. It's like, I mean, even people who've been doing this work for a little while, when we're tracking and asking them things, they can't actually show what they're feeling. They only can tell you about what they think what they're feeling. They only can tell you their thoughts about what they're feeling, not actually let us see the feeling itself. So this is a really big handicap for humanity as far as stepping up into this new paradigm energy, really letting one be authentic and vulnerable and real. It's like it is bringing up so much from the past, so much from the past. And this is why I think I've been really thinking about death a lot lately, you know, because this whole piece right here, because the choice that I see that's in front of me is it's either, you know, uh, embrace the things that keep holding on to the pains and the realities that joy or not of the past, keep holding on to that, or feeling what I need to feel so I can just let go of that. So by time I make it to my deathbed, if it's a bed at all, it might not be. It might be like your dear brother, which I think if I had the choice, I would choose that. Not too soon though, of course, because I got stuff to do in this world. I have things I want to do. I have a book I want to write. I want to go connect with the elementals in the forest. I want to, so there's things I want to do. So that's not an invitation. Just saying, if I had to choose the way to go, that's an interesting way to go for me. But I don't want to feel regretful. Even after when you face that moment of death and it happens before you realize that, then you still have to process all this unresolved stuff without the body, without the people around you. So I'm looking at things in such a way where, what do I need to do to be free right now? What do I need to do to be free right now? And right now it seems to be, facing fears, letting go of structures, letting things that I thought would always be there, just let it go, let it just be gone. Because it's actually causing more harm than good. And this is where that dysfunction comes in, because the harm, because we're so used to it and we're a little bit addicted to it, is not that bad. We can kind of live with the harm. We can kind of live with the hurt because it's easier. But what I'm saying, let it go, really kick it out. Let yourself contemplate, what is freedom right now for me? Do I keep holding on, or do I just really let it go? And actually, I'm going to bring in one more piece to that. Actually, I'm going to bring in the moment that woke me up like a lightning bolt. Was a dear brother Starshine of mine, who I trained with, is a practitioner, and he put this post up, and he said that he had personal messages from some students in his classes that were telling him that his teachings are, well, just weren't good. I just won't go. I won't go through the detail, but just were kind of like they weren't good. They were outdated and outmoded, and not in the new, not in the new paradigm. Whatever. And it's kind of feedback that a lot of people would receive, like, ouch, right? And I mean, I don't know. He might have had that. I don't know if he did or not, but the response he had was priceless, because it woke me up, like, and what it was is that, so he put it in kind of like a POV colon and then me colon. So the POV, and then he wrote down his response, and his response was, okay, well, thank you for telling me that. And please go and tell everyone you know that. So very much, he's pretty much, go and tell everyone you know that, what you think about my teachings. They're not good. They're not this. They're not that. Right? Go, please tell everybody you know. And some might think that that's a really odd response. But to me, that's a stroke of brilliance, because that is what it looks like to free yourself. That, to me, that's what I got from it. That's what it looks like to free yourself. Because our ego driver is going to want to inquire, like, why would you say that? What didn't you get out of it? What could have been better? You know, our ego driver wants to find out more information. What did we do wrong? What could we have done better? Blah, 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 blah. But free of that, it's like, you know, go do the exact thing that brings me the most terror, so I could be free of this, and then it doesn't need to keep coming, right? So that's what really woke me up, was seeing that. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I laughed and laughed, because I realized, wow, you know, there's things coming to the surface that I didn't even know I was holding on to. And then here they are, you know. And now that I can free myself, it still hurts, but it's not something that chases me. It's not something I have to carry. It's not something that that's any of my business anymore. I can just be done with it, you know? So I'm sharing this story. Maybe this will help you guys with the letting go of these things, that the pain, you know, really facing it. Because this old paradigm was really something. We had a lot of structure. We had a lot of rules. We had a lot of guardrails, so to speak, on right behavior, impeccability, all these things. And this new paradigm we're going into is open space. It is like, you know, kind of like a free for all. And that is really terrifying and shocking for people who are used to a structure. I once worked on a horse farm training horses, and they were all in different stages of training. And there was this one horse that was kind of like the redhead stepchild. No one liked this horse, unfortunately. And all they would do is just lunge this horse. He would just lunge. Oh, lunging is when it's like a really long rope, and it's long enough so the horse, you're holding on to the horse's halter and or bridle, and they are running in a circle around you, running, trotting, you know, you work the different gaits that they have. So they just lunged this horse all the time. No one wanted to ride him. They didn't really train him. They didn't hack him very well at all. And felt kind of bad for this horse. But anyway, so one day we're in the arena, and we just let him out just for a run. And so he lets out, he goes for a run, and I'm standing in the corner where we're usually running, and he doesn't know how to run free. Instead, what he did was, you know, he ran out, was like, you know, and then came right over to where I was and just ran in the circle like he was being lunged. You know, he didn't know. It was he was enslaved in his brain, right? He could not understand how to take up the space and be free in the arena, right? And this is what people are experiencing right now. This new paradigm is like, taking those structures away, and then what, right? Taking those structures away, and then what?